Hello, it's your classic movie guy, Todd Morgan, here to talk to you about the tragic life of Montgomery Clift, one of Hollywood's biggest stars, the handsome leading man who, through trials and tribulations, his life was cut short in a tragic way. Montgomery Clift was a stunning actor with piercing blue eyes that could captivate an audience. He often played troubled and conflicted souls in movies, but unfortunately, the troubled characters that he played in movies spilled over into his own personal life. Montgomery Clift was born in Nebraska in 1920. He was the youngest of 3 children, and his mother was a talented concert pianist. His mother pushed him from a young age to pursue the arts. At the age of 13, he made his Broadway debut. He continued to hone his craft, and before long, you would see his name in movies. Montgomery went to Hollywood in the early 1940s. In 1946, he was signed to a major studio. He'd have to wait until 1948, but 1948 was his big year as he became a household name. In March, the film The Search is released. He plays an American GI who helps orphans find their right place in society after World War II. The movie is riveting and captivating. His performance gives him wide acclaim as he is nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor in a Leading Role, his first such nomination. Later that year, a movie he completed in 1946 was finally released, Red River, a well-known Western starring John Wayne. This movie also solidified Montgomery Clift as one of the stars of his generation. Montgomery Clift was well known for his intense acting style. He could literally make you feel the emotions of the performance. His amazing abilities were on great display in the blockbuster films A Place in the Sun, opposite Elizabeth Taylor, and From Here to Eternity, also starring Burt Lancaster and Frank Sinatra. In the movie A Place in the Sun, he would become acquainted with his co-star, Elizabeth Taylor, and they became lifelong friends despite all his troubles. Beneath the surface, though, trouble was brewing. Montgomery Clift was gay, and this was not accepted in this era, and he got into many different relationships with men who took advantage of him and abused him. Montgomery Clift also had a lifelong battle with alcoholism. In the movie Here From Eternity, he would hit the height of his fame as the movie was nominated for 13 Academy Awards and won 8, including Best Picture. Montgomery Clift's role will not soon be forgotten. He plays a stirring role as he stands on principle, but his naivety brings him down in the end. A must-see movie for all classic movie fans. In 1956, his life would change forever. While filming the movie Raintree County with the beautiful Elizabeth Taylor, after a party, he was driving home and his car crashed into a telephone pole. Clift was badly injured with several broken bones in his face, and he had to have reconstructive surgery. It is well known that Elizabeth Taylor saw the crash and probably saved his life. The accident left Montgomery Clift with a number of scars on his face, disfigured and dealing with chronic pain. He became increasingly addicted to pain pills, drugs, and alcohol. Obviously, his physical, emotional pain was leading him down to a downhill spiral. With all his struggles, he was still able to work, starring in some well-known films like Young Lions, opposite Marlon Brando, and Wild River with the ever-so-beautiful Lee Remick. However, his personal problems started to catch up with him. They started to impact his career as he was labeled difficult to work with, often arriving on the set late or drunk. It was getting harder and harder for him to secure really good roles in Hollywood. In 1966, Montgomery Clift suffered a heart attack and passed away at the young age of 45 years old. One of the most famous actors of his era, he dominated the screen with some of the biggest performances of his time, but his career was cut short because of his personal troubles, tragedies, and addictions. In his short career, Montgomery Clift was nominated for 4 Academy Awards. Montgomery Clift will always be remembered as a beloved actor to all classic movie fans. He will be remembered for his natural acting style and his intense emotional performances, many of them unforgettable. Rest in peace, Montgomery Clift, one of the greatest stars of his generation. This is your classic movie guy, Todd Morgan, signing off and on to the next video. Thank you.